and welcome back to the Efficient Skillet. My name is Willie, and I hope that you're doing extremely well out there. I know that I am. Today's cooking video is brought to you in part by Best Air Conditioning and Heating. Best Air Conditioning and Heating has been proudly serving Livingston and surrounding areas since 1983. Family owned and operated, dedicated to providing top-notch air conditioning and heating services, always with a smile. For over 35 years, Best Air has been in the HVAC business to strive to provide the highest level of comfort for you and your family through a variety of cooling and heating services. With a full staff of knowledgeable technicians and specialists, Best Air will go above and beyond to improve your home's indoor air quality environment. Click their ad on our top headlines page. Today we're going to prepare bacon wrapped stuffed chicken breasts. Okay, so when it comes to making bacon wrapped stuffed chicken breasts, the first thing we're going to do is we want to make our stuffing. And what I'm going to do is I've got my skillet, my electric skillet, turned up all the way. I'm just going to put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in there. Strongly recommend the California olive ranch, the very best you can get. And then I'm going to take about 1/3 cup of chopped green onions, about a tablespoon of fresh thyme, and we're going to stir these around just a little bit. And then I'm going to throw in about a 1/2 cup of chopped fresh spinach. And all we want to do is just cook this till it starts to soften a little bit. That's all. Not very long, about a minute or so. Okay, it's been about a minute now, so what we're going to do is take it out and we're going to put it into just this bowl right here. Let it cool. Okay, now that it's cooled, I'm going to take a whole pack of cream cheese and drop it in there. I got my old friend, Mr. Bamboo Spoon, ready to assist me. Thank you, Willie. You're welcome, Mr. Bamboo Spoon. I'm glad to have you. You're always my faithful helper. Yes, sir. That's your duty. We're going to put in a 1/2 cup of sharp cheddar cheese. Now, this is the filling that I'm choosing to make right here. You can use whatever filling you want. You can use cheese and mushrooms is real good. You can use some other kind of vegetables. It's all up to you. This is just what I'm recommending, you know, at least for it. I'm not necessarily recommending, it's just what I prefer. And you're welcome to do this. Okay, a tablespoon of garlic powder. Not garlic salt, garlic powder. And of course, what would it be if we didn't put in some black pepper? So salt and pepper to taste. Black pepper makes the world a better place. And I'm going to put in a pinch of kosher salt, a nice generous sized pinch. There we go. Now my cream cheese, I let it set out for several hours until it's room temperature, so it's real easy to mix now. If I didn't do that, then I'd probably have to use my hands to mix this better. And I may still have to use my hands, but hopefully not, because I don't like putting my hands in my food. Other than whenever I'm shoving it into my mouth, which that happens pretty frequently. But stir all this together, and this is going to be our stuffing for the chicken. Got it all mixed up. I managed to do it without getting my hands inside the mix. So let's move to the next step. Okay, so what we have here, as you can see, are 2 large chicken breasts. And what you want to do here is you want to make a small incision with the knife, like about, I don't know, 3 inches or so. And then leaving that incision small, you just want to insert the blade in there and make all the room you can inside by going like this. You can fill it with your hand. Be very careful with your knife. It's a sharp knife, so be careful. And just work your way around in there, keeping the incision small, but the inside big, and open up so we can get our stuffing in there. You can do this. It's not hard. There we go. Now see, I've got an opening this big, but the inside here is filled. And just to check it, I'm going to put my finger and just run it all through. Yeah, that's good right there. Excellent. I can go a little further right here. There we go. Okay, so now we're ready to put our stuffing inside our chicken. So what you want to do is, I've got a what I call a teaspoon, just a small tablespoon, teaspoon here. It's small so it can get in there. And then you just take this and you just kind of push it in there and you'll work it in. Get that in there, you put more in. It's a little messy, but you can do this. There we go. Let's put another spoonful in. We want this thing to be just brimming with filling and flavor and deliciousness and all that good stuff and savoriness. This is what, our 4th heaping spoonful? Good. This will be a really good one. You will have to use your fingers some. It's okay. Let's put another spoonful in. See how this works? You got that small incision and the inside's just waiting to receive all this stuffing. And we're just going to keep putting it in there until we can't put any more in. This is what, the 6th spoonful? Now you can help spread it around. You put the spoon there and then mash it like that and it'll work it over into these far off parts of the pocket. Okay, let's put another spoonful in. I think that should be enough for this one. Now let's do our next chicken breast. Our chicken breast stuffed and everything, the next thing we got to do is wrap it in bacon. So what you want to do is, and then one of the cool things about this recipe is you don't have to do any toothpicks or anything like that. So we're going to take bacon and we're just going to wrap this chicken breast here in bacon. Now me, I prefer maple bacon. Maple bacon just has such a nice flavor to it. And all you do is you just wrap your bacon around snug, but not too tight. Don't go too tight on this. And then you just let the seams go to the bottom of the chicken breast where it's going to bake in the oven. There we go, nicely wrapped. All the bacon ends are on the bottom, so it's not going to come unraveled on you or anything like that. So there's one wrap. Now we're going to do the other. And there's our chicken breast wrapped in bacon. Next, we want to put them in a pan to bake in the oven, but just to be safe before we do, I'm going to hit it with some no-stick spray. Little no-stick spray, never hurt anything. And then we're going to gently lay them in there. With our oven, I've got it set on 425 degrees, so I'm going to put on our chicken breast. We're going to let these cook for about 30 minutes at 425. Okay, so on an optional note here, while the chicken is baking in the oven, one thing you might want to do is make you a nice sauce to go over it. Now, this is a pretty good white wine sauce that I'm going to show you how to do. And I got my skillet the same, we used it earlier. It's got some remnants left in there. That's good. That's a good thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a half a stick of real butter and throw it in there. And with that butter, I'm going to put some of this extra virgin olive oil, California olive branch. And we're going to move it all around. Now I've got my skillet preheated and it's turned up all the way. And like I said, this is a white wine sauce. So now when it comes to this white wine, what you always want to use generally in cooking is a dry white wine. And like this right here is a Behringer. I got this at H-E-B in Livingston. And a lot of these wines, when you turn them to the back, it has a meter on the back. And down here it says dry, and up here it says sweet. Now this is almost all the way on dry, so this is a good one to use. It's a nice dry white wine. That's perfect. We're going to stir our butter around here and get it melted and stuff, and then I'm going to add a half a cup of the white wine. And what we want to do is let that wine, we want to let the alcohol cook out. Now, I don't have a problem with alcohol at beverage and stuff like that. I enjoy a good wine and stuff like that. I personally prefer red wines if it comes to drinking wine. But what you want it, we're not doing this for the purpose of alcohol. We're doing this for rich, delicious flavor. So you want to let that sit there and boil like this until it cooks out that alcohol. So it's going to reduce about by half, and just let it do its thing. This is going to be a lot of flavor added to our sauce. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a generous pinch of kosher salt. And as always, what would life be if it didn't have black pepper? So let's put some black pepper in it. Oh yeah, we're looking good here. Now the next thing we're going to do, now we put in a half a cup of white wine. The next thing we're going to do is put a half a cup of lemon juice. Same thing, we're going to let it cook down some and reduce a little bit. So while it's cooking, I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Not garlic salt, garlic powder. Now it's been sitting here doing this right here, boiling for about a couple of minutes. It's reduced a lot. So what I'm going to do now is put in a half a cup of milk. Okay, this has been cooking for about 4 minutes now on high. So what we're going to do is unplug it. And this is our white wine sauce. We're going to turn it off and unplug it. And our chicken's just about ready. Okay, our chicken's ready about now, so we're going to pull it out of the oven. Oh man, look at that. And let's put one on our plate. Oh man, look at that. Wow. The smell of this is just amazing. And we're going to put some of our white wine sauce on it. Oh man. So amazing. So amazing. Well, guess it's time to give it the cut into it and taste it test. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut into the thickest part of this so we can make sure that everybody's always worried, oh, it's chicken, you're going to get salmonella and all that stuff. So we're going to cut right into the thickest part, see what we got. Well, looks fully cooked to me. I think the logical thing to do here is to take a bite of it. That's what I think I need to do. Oh man. Now, you know, generally chicken breast is ho-hum and boring, but you do it up like this, it goes from ho-hum boring to, hey baby, you want a party? That's what it says to your taste buds. You want a party? Here we go. Oh man. Wow. It's so rich and good. Now, you can use whatever stuffing you want to use. This is just the stuffing that I chose to use. You can stuff it, like I said, with maybe mushrooms and spinach and cheese. Maybe you don't want cheese in it. Maybe you want to put something else in there. Maybe you want to put some kale greens in it. Maybe you want to put, I don't know, some turkey stuffing in it. It's all up to you. What I've showed you today is the technique you use to stuff it and wrap it in bacon and cook it. Now with this bacon here, because it's wrapped all around that chicken breast and everything, that's a lot of moisture there. You're not going to get crispy bacon, but on the trade-off, you get loads of flavor from the bacon as well as the stuffing inside. So anyway, we hope you try it and we hope you like it. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button and you can email us, efficientskillet@gmail.com. Make America great again.